Welcome to Understanding Entrepreneurship. Today I'll be talking about know your worth as an entrepreneur and never beg. Let's get it! A lot of times as entrepreneurs when we are starting, right? We go register a company, we get the documents, we're like, whoo, we've got the business. I'm a businessman, but if only you know you don't have a business, you're just getting started, you just have a name, right? And then you move from there, you get your first client. Woo! The first client. You are so happy, which is great, right? But what happens during those transitions whilst you are growing up as an entrepreneur or you are building your business is that you beg, you do a lot of begging with clients. And I always say to my team, not every client is our client. We actually do fire clients here at Voo C Media. There's been situations where we fire clients, not because we don't need the money. Yes, the business needs every cent for it to scale or to grow. But other traits or characteristics of clients, they're not worth to be a client, because you get a client that's controlling, you get a client that detects your narrative, what you want to do, and you end up not scaling your business because you're so focused on that client. It's very important as an entrepreneur to know your worth and the value that you're adding. Because at the end of the day, it's a relationship that amalgamate together, to add value to the consumers. It's a marriage. And with today's world, consumers are also, co-creators of a value that you are creating. So it's a three-way or a two-way. I want to say to entrepreneurs that are out there, it's high time we become, careful who we choose as our client, and to stop begging. We beg a lot of times. There's been situations where, you find someone, they're like, I'm going to shoot this, or I'm going to come, I'm going to do your marketing plan and all of that. How much are you going to charge? I'm going to charge 500 rands, or I'm going to charge 1,000 rand. How long is it going to take you to do that logo, first of all? How long is it going to take you to do a logo? How many days is it going to take you to do that one logo? We haven't spoken about changes. How many times am I going to give you changes to perfect that logo, right? Sharp, you have done the logo, I'm happy, I've given you peanuts. And you're not able to, one, buy data so that you're able to send those changes through the internet, because data is very expensive. 1 gig, it's about 125 rands. It's a lot of money. And you charge me 1,000 to do a logo, right? Already you are left with 900. You are left with 875, right? To going to you. And at the same time, you are subscribing on Adobe, right? For your Photoshop, for your softwares. And they charge about 99 bucks or so, which is about 125 per software that you're subscribing to. You're left with 700 rands. You've got water and electricity, that you need. You need water to drink. You need food so that you're energized. You know what I'm saying? So it's high time we make sure on our price structure is proper. We charge what's worth. I'm not saying be expensive. A lot of times we compete to get a job, and other people, they just charge crazy, cheap, ridiculous amount that don't make any sense. And the client goes for those people. Great. All the best in adding value. Amazing. But the entrepreneurs, they suffer. Hence, we are not able to employ a lot of people to reduce the unemployment rate in our country, because there's no budget that caters the right amount that you are charging for as an entrepreneur so that you can get more people to help you to add value and render service to your clients. It's high time we stop begging and know how much we're worth in terms of our value, you know? Because we're adding value, you know? We're not doing this for cheap. We're not doing this just to get by. We're doing this so that we can live and scale businesses and employ people, you know, and affect the African economy and have a positive vibe and have a positive narrative, positive business narrative, right? Why I'm saying that? Guys, you look at McDonald's. Where does McDonald's come from? America. Okay. Right? You look at KFC. Where does KFC come from? America. You look at Ford. Where does Ford come from? America. Do we have our own brand in Europe that are dominating in those spaces as these brands are dominating in Africa? Why can't we have our own globalization, African globalization in those European countries? You know? Because we're just begging. We are so caught up on the begging and not understanding the value that we add, you know? It's high time we have that unity as entrepreneurs, you know, and stop begging and get what the money value that's worth for us so that we can scale our business and grow our businesses, you know, and also affect the rest of the world, just like the McDonald's, globalization, you know, these brands, they're all over, they affect the culture, you know, they affect the culture of how they've made it so easy for you to go to McDonald's and eat in and out within 20 minutes. You know, we are so psychologically engraved that when you want fast food, you think of McDonald's. But have you ever thought of, if I want fast food, let me go buy Chisanyama, a South African brand? Why? Because we are so caught up when we're starting on begging and not putting our foot down and be able to find clients. You know, not every client is our client. This episode is more about understanding your worth as an entrepreneur in terms of the value that you're creating so that you can be paid what you're worth with your team. If you don't have a team, so that you are able to have a team and reduce the unemployment rate of our country, right? And scale the business to have an African globalization in the European countries. I think it's high time we start having those conversations, right? And stop begging, you know. Let me know, guys, what you think. I'll be talking more about globalization in terms of how other brands have dominated in Africa and how we can do that, you know. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if this added value. Like I always say, you know, let's get it. We're out here on all social platforms, on all podcasts. We're on iTunes. We are on Spotify. We are on YouTube. We are on LinkedIn. We're on Facebook. We're on Insta. We're on Snapchat. We are on Medium. We're out here telling the African narrative of business. And all of this is for free. Why? Because we need to be part of the culture, shaping the thinking of another African child to be a better entrepreneur. Peace. Thank you for watching.